Hey everybody, it's Basement Tapes 216. My dog just left the basement. Not sure what he's got booked tonight, but obviously he's done with me for a while. Let's get to it, shall we? This is the 1971 Fleer Laughlin World Series Blackback collection here. A little different than the blue ones, but we're going to find out how. Obviously the backs are different. I have 41 of these little fellas made in Philadelphia. Let's get to Beckett. Beckett says there's 75, $11.24 average value, $843 total value, $250 to $500 for a complete set of these. Beckett also tells us the set of standard size cards was distributed by Fleer in 1971 as a 68 card set. The cards were printed in crude color on the front with black printing on white cardstock on the back. All the years since 1903 are represented in the set, including 1904, when no World Series was played. While the copyright line on the card back references the year of issue as 1968, the blackback cards first appeared in 1971. In 1978, Fleer reissued the entire 68 card set with 7 update cards for the World Series apostrophe 1971 through 1977. So let's look at the top tree. And 1904 is interesting because there was no World Series, and we'll learn more about that here in a second, perhaps. So the 71 and the 72 and the 73 World Series, actually the first, all the ones from the 70s are infinitely more expensive. Infinitely doesn't make sense. Exponentially more expensive than the regular ones, 10x, as they say in the hobby. 80 versus $8 in pristine condition. Let's go over to TCDB. Same sort of setup as 1970, but a little quirkier. Obviously, we have the black backs distributed in one series, 1 through 68, and 69 through 75 is the second, distributed in 1978 as part of a promotion with Good Humor Ice Cream, with artist Robert Laughlin offering a full 75 card set via mail in 1979. So, wow, this was distributed over the course of a decade through various means. All the teams are here, folks. The Orioles, the Boston Braves, the Boston Red Sox, Brooklyn Dodgers, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers, Los Angeles Dodgers, Milwaukee Braves, Minnesota Twins, New York Giants, New York Mets, New York Yankees, Oakland Athletics, the Philadelphia Athletics, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Pittsburgh Pirates, San Francisco Giants, San Luis Browns, the San Luis Cardinals, and the Washington Senators, the original ones, not those Fugazi ones running around plotting their escape to whatchamacallitville, Texas. Hall of Famers in here. There's a lot of Hall of Famers depicted on there. We kind of talked about that in the 1970 Laughlin set, but so many Hall of Famers. Comments in here. Major releases, 1970 Fleer World Series RFH, 1966 has a grind to axe. Why is the 1970 Blueback release in the major release category, but the 1971 World Series Blackback release in the oddball category? He wants answers. Again, packaging, we can see the banners, red, white, and blue banners, and we can see the players. Wax packs look great. Kind of maybe a little bit bland, but still fun to look at. It's weird how a predominantly white item doesn't really tickle my fancy too much. But 10-cent packs, official World Series, bubblegum, new series, items $7.56 for Fleer, all sorts of stuff. The gum at this point, folks, is 0.17 ounces. So if you're not concerned with shrinkage in 1971, perhaps you should get on board before there's no gum in the packs, which I guess eventually is the case. Let's look at a sell sheet, as they say. 1971 Pirates versus Orioles. Clemente leads Bucks upset. He batted .414, I guess, in that series. A good investment, it says in 1971. Complete mint. 1971 Fleer World Series plus. That's a plus. The word plus and another plus. 7 updated cards, 1971 through 77. 75 cards, $10. Fleer updated its 1971 World Series set last year with 7 cards covering the 1971 to 77 series, which I did in the same style as my original cards. This was for a limited promotion with Good Humor. I have acquired the remaining cards. They are unavailable elsewhere. The 1971 set is now selling for up to $20 without the 7 additional cards. This is a very limited supply, and there are no plans to reprint. All cards mint. I cannot sell the 7 cards separately. First come basis. Special both sets for $12. Still available. Free 1971 series card above with purchase of second series. Long ago Black Stars. 36 cards. $3.75. Holy mackerel. That's from Robert Laughlin, 315 Clifton Street, Westfield, New Jersey, 07090. So that's some brilliant information on the back of that. Robert Laughlin selling these sets out of his house in Westfield. He's selling the Black Stars for $3.75, along with a Bill Mazeroski. I'm not Mazeroski, that's Clemente card, man. Just crazy. And he's telling us about good investments way back in 1971. Here's the cards. They're bright, colored. I think that they're wonderfully colored. Here is the card number 2, which we haven't seen before. 1904, no series, John McGraw, New York Giants. No series, semi-pros, contract jumpers, agitators, bush leaguers. Giants refused to play the Red Sox. There was no World Series in 1904 because John T. Brush, owner of the Giants, and John McGraw, their manager, refused to play the upstart American leaguers. It had been up to McGraw. If it had been up to McGraw, the series probably would have been played, but he backed up his owner, and Brush was totally against the American League, which he considered a bunch of contract jumpers, malcontents, agitators, and semi-pros. He was particularly upset because an AL team had entered his territory in New York. They were the Highlanders, later to become the Yankees, but Brush called them the Invaders, and they almost won the pennant, losing to Boston on the last day due to a wild pitch. But the Giants ignored the challenge of the AL, and the fans could have no World Series. Number 2 by R.G. Laughlin, manufactured by Fleer Corp. Philippa 19141. Official insignia 1968, copyright Major League Baseball Promotion Corp. So, yeah, there it is. There's the story of the 1904 World Series. It was it wasn't pretty, was it? John McGraw laid down the law, and that was the end of that. Anyway, these are fun cards. I enjoy them. Lots going on here in history. There's the Black Sox card, which is fun to look at as well. Yankees, we have all sorts of Giants cards in there, all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, they're a little bit different than the other version, the 70 version. So different on the backs and different on the fronts as well. So that's the 1971 Fleer World Series Black Backs, 75 cards of beautifully written and beautifully drawn by R.G. Laughlin up there in Westfield, New Jersey. Hit me up if you want to swat that man, because I have his address now. Basement Tapes number 216.